your host, Pastor D.W. Tolbert. I'm pastor of the New Hope Baptist Church in Muskegon, Michigan, USA. I'm delighted that you're with us once again. And as always, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. My guest tonight is none other than the pastor of the Our Father's Church here on Laketon Street in Muskegon, Michigan. He is Pastor Anthony C. Williams. God bless you, Pastor.
God bless you, Pastor.
Yes, we are delighted to have you. The pastor of the church is with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Praise God. We thank God for him. And he's doing a great work over there at Our Fathers here in Muskegon, and a great work in the community. So welcome, Pastor. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Happy New Year and all that good stuff to you as well.
Thank you. It is an honor and a blessing to be here with you.
Yes, indeed.
Happy New Year to you
Well,
also.
Thank you.
Yes.
We're so delighted, and I know the people over there at Our Father's Church are very happy and everything, and you all are getting along real good over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God is blessing.
That's good. That's good. Ministry is going on. You're doing a lot of wonderful things.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things we're here to talk about today is you have your big anniversary celebration coming.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
awesome,
Yes, sir.
awesome. Some 26 years.
26 years.
Wow, wow.
27th of January.
27th.
It's going to actually be a 3-day event, though.
A 3-day event.
Yes, January 25th, 26th, and 27th.
Friday, Saturday, and
Yes,
Sunday.
sir. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Awesome.
sir.
You're going to be real busy.
Yes.
That's good. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
We're looking for an exciting time, Lord.
That's
We're
good.
looking for God to heal, deliver, and set free.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, before we talk about that,
Okay.
give us just now. You're in your what year pastoring that?
Fifth year.
Your fifth
Yeah,
year.
fifth year.
Praise God.
The second Sunday of November of 18 was my 5th year.
Fifth year.
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
What time really
Yes,
goes
sir.
by.
It does. It does. It does. It does.
Yeah, it's a challenge dealing with God's people, huh?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge, but you got to be a people person. So
Right.
I love it.
Right.
I
Well,
love
that's
it.
good.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good. Well, tell us how things have been for the last 5 years over there.
Well, it's been great. We're growing spiritually, physically, and financially.
Good.
We're really on the spiritual level of teaching. God is taking us higher and higher in our spiritual understanding. And the congregation is just phenomenal. It's a phenomenal place to pastor. And, it's just been great. We're growing over the years.
Good.
And we've got the kind of growth, Pastor, that I like to see. Not a fast growth, but steady growth.
Okay.
Yes, a steady growth. So
Okay.
the members that we're getting are seasoned members, and it's just a blessing. Just
Good.
a blessing to pastor there.
Well, that's good. That's good. And your service is on Sunday at what time?
Yes, Sunday school is at 10 a.m. On Sunday morning worship is at 11 a.m.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And Bible study.
It's
And,
Wednesday at 6, and I also do a men's ministry, and there's a women's ministry and a youth ministry also.
Okay.
That's really booming. The women's ministry is really doing well, and so is the youth ministry. The youth ministry is just exploding, and we have a phenomenal teacher, which is Marquita Gardner, and our women's ministry leader is Sister Jacqueline Robertson.
Okay.
Jacqueline Robinson.
Okay.
And so it's really growing.
Awesome. When does your youth ministry meet then? When do
They meet Tuesdays at 4:30.
Tuesdays at 4:30.
Yes.
And the
Tuesdays at
women?
4:30. Wednesdays at 5.
Wednesdays at 5.
Yeah, and men's ministry is Mondays at 6.
Mondays at 6.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
praise
We're having a
God.
pretty steady growth in men's ministry too.
Good.
So yeah, we're growing. We're growing all around.
Good.
But the youth ministry is really exploding.
Oh, that's good.
I feel that the youth is our future. So we're really putting a lot of energy and effort into reaching our youth.
Yeah.
And for this year, we got some more things planned coming up this year. We're looking to do maybe some life skills, some of the short-term visions we have, do some life skills, maybe impact those starting mentorship, maybe impacting those starting at 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and even up into the high school, to some of those who are not going to pursue a higher education, to trying to have some youth and some life skills, teaching them just basic stuff, how to interview and how to dress for interviews, how to develop resumes, and then just basic skills, balancing bank accounts, credit union accounts and that kind of thing. So that's coming down the pipe.
Good,
hopefully
good.
in 2019.
Man, you're pretty busy over there.
Glory to God. Glory to God. Busy,
Yeah.
busy is good.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. I'm glad to see it.
Yes,
That's
sir.
good.
Yes,
You
sir.
all have quite a footprint over there,
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
and quite an influence in the community for many,
Glory
many
to
years.
God. Thank
That's
you.
that's
Thank you.
awesome.
That's a
That's
great
awesome.
comment coming from you, Pastor.
Yeah, we thank God for you. You're doing a
Yeah.
great work.
Yes, sir.
And so now it's 26 years.
Yes, sir. 26
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
26 years. Our original founder was Pastor Wilson.
Okay.
And I'm actually the first pastor outside of the family because it was Pastor Wilson and his wife took over.
Okay.
Pastor Jan Wilson. And then his daughter took over, which was Margot Wilson.
Okay.
And I'm the first pastor that's hired outside the family.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a blessing and an honor.
That's good.
that they saw something in me.
Yeah, amen. That's
Yes,
good.
sir.
That's
Yes,
good.
sir.
And 26 years, the church has been
26
moving along.
years. 26 years, the church has been moving along, and we're planning an exciting celebration. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to do a 3-day event, and it's the first year that we're going to do multiple days for the anniversary.
Okay.
And we have an excellent lineup on January 25th. We'll have Pastor James Williams Sr. from the Beulah Missionary Baptist
Okay.
Church will be there.
All right.
On the 27th, that Saturday, we'll have Pastor Andre Williams Jr. from the New Jerusalem Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
And then we'll culminate with Pastor Emeritus Clarence Scott from the Corinthians Missionary Baptist Church. So all phenomenal preachers and
Yeah.
teachers and just phenomenal people in general.
Good.
So we're looking for an excellent time, and we have prominent pastors and churches that's going to come in from all over the Muskegon area to support us each night. So we're just looking for a phenomenal time.
Absolutely.
Yes, I would like to bring unity back to the community,
Okay.
which is one of the things that was on my heart when I put this program together, is to kind of fellowship and bring unity back to the churches, and then to kind of spotlight Muskegon, because all of the speakers are going to be from Muskegon, and then all of the churches are from the Muskegon area.
Right.
So, and it's going to be held in Muskegon. So it's going to be a great time to showcase what we have here in Muskegon as a great powerhouse, pastors, preachers, and teachers. So it's going to be a phenomenal event.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it's going to be a busy time.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
That's good. Is the congregation excited about
They
it?
are. They are. We are all excited, and everybody that I talk to is excited. They are very excited.
Yeah. All roads lead to our Father's
All
house.
roads lead to our Father's house.
Wonderful,
Yes, sir.
wonderful,
Yes, sir.
wonderful.
Yes, sir. Physically and spiritually.
Absolutely.
Physically.
Yeah,
and
that's good.
spiritually.
How many do you have? Still quite a few members that are charter members?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. I still have a lot of members that have been there 15 years plus
Okay.
out of the 26 years.
Good.
And I have some that have been there from the inception.
Right. Okay.
26 years. So,
Yeah, that's good, because that's helpful, because, they, being having people there, they know the history firsthand. They lived it, and were a part of it, so that's good.
Yeah.
But you're not an outsider, you're from Muskegon.
Yes,
so,
born and raised.
yeah, so
Born and raised in
you
Muskegon.
know
Yes, sir.
the overall history,
Yes,
so to
sir.
speak, that,
Yes,
the
sir.
larger,
Yes,
the
sir.
larger history and
Yes.
everything. And,
Yes, well, in fact, Pastor Wilson, the founder, and my dad was really good friends.
Oh,
They
okay.
sang gospel together.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they sang
Who would
gospel.
ever know, huh?
Yes, they sang gospel together, and it's really ironic, and I tell you how God moves is, I was home visiting one summer, and my dad took me to Our Fathers to meet Pastor Willie Frank Wilson.
Is that right?
Yeah, introduced me to him, and years later, I ended up pastoring that church.
That reminds me of that picture of Bill Clinton shaking President Kennedy's hand when he was a young man.
Yes.
I forget the details of the picture, but he was just a young fella, and he had a picture of shaking Kennedy's hand. And, who would have known that he was shaking the hand of a future president? And you have kind of the same thing.
Yes.
And I'm sure Pastor never realized that he was looking at his successor.
See,
Yeah.
God is so awesome. He's phenomenal.
Yeah,
He sees the end from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Yes, he sees
Absolutely.
the end from the beginning. So,
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yes,
good.
sir. Yes,
So
sir.
with your perspective, you know, being from the community and a part of it for many years,
Yes.
how has ministry changed over the years? Would you say? And
Well,
what are some of your challenges?
Well, 21st century ministry, the challenges for me is consistency. And a lot of my teachings are based on the consistency because God is consistent. He's the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. So I try to underline every teaching and message with consistency and obedience. I see in the older ministries, the ministries that I was in when I was growing up, there was a lot more consistency than it is today, with so many distractions and the 21st century and the overload of information. It's easy to be pulled in different directions, but with God, He's a constant. So I think the challenge for me is consistency, getting the consistent living that God requires to be successful in Christianity as a believer. I believe you have to be consistent and also obedience.
Right.
Yeah. The grace message that has come out is quite challenging also because for those who don't know or who are not seasoned in the Word of God, then grace can kind of send you to an area where you think anything that you do is okay and God will forgive you. But grace does not lower the bar, it actually heightens the bar.
Right.
Now that we're under grace, we actually need to be more consistent and more obedient instead of lowering the bar. I think grace raises the bar. So that's a little bit of the challenge because that grace message is going on worldwide, and there are so many different perspectives of the grace message. So yeah, that's a challenging part to kind of teach within that realm of the grace message, especially for younger growing saints who are just coming into the ministry, members that are just coming in, new converts that are just coming in to teach that consistency with the grace message that's going on. So that's one thing that's been kind of challenging. But the congregation that I have, they're so seasoned that they understand thoroughly what it takes to walk this Christian walk.
Oh, that's great. That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, you know, when we talk about changing trends and how things have changed, you know, you obviously have found or tapped into something, you know, with your youth ministry doing so well.
Yes.
And that's one of all of our greatest challenges in ministry is how to reach our youth.
Absolutely.
And you seem to have found some kind of a hook to stick in there and yank them into the boat.
Yeah.
How's that going? Can you talk to us about that a
Yeah,
little bit?
it's just God's favor that He has placed on their church. And I tell you, Pastor, the way society is now, there's not a lot of things for the youth to do. When I grew up, we had recreation and we had different places we can go on night. We had after-school programs that we could go to after school. But with the administration that we've had over the last couple of years or so, there's been a lot of cutting in the budget for the things that youth can do. So, you know, I feel it's imperative, just for me, I feel it's imperative that we reach out and give our young people something to do, you know, and the church has always been there to influence our youth, and I think the church is going to have to, again, step up and open the doors for our youth to give them something to do, to kind of keep them off the street and keep them occupied.
Right.
Yeah, so.
That's good. That's good. And I imagine you have some dedicated workers
Yes.
that are,
Yes,
because you can't
yes,
do anything.
yes.
You can't do it by yourself.
You need good help.
Yeah, you need good help. You
Good
need
help,
you
yes.
need committed help. And,
Absolutely.
well, first of all, you need Christ centered
Christ-like.
people Christ centered to
Absolutely,
help you.
Absolutely.
And that's essential in And so I'm sure you have that as well.
Yes, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
we have a great youth staff
Good.
that works with our youth. And right now, we're in the process of separating them up in ages.
Okay.
Certain ages deal with one youth minister, another age with another youth minister, so forth and so on, so that we can kind of target them where they are, where we're not teaching the 9, 10, and 11-year-olds the Bible stories that we would teach the 5, 6, and 7-year-olds. So we want to try to gear it to the age group that we have, so that they won't have to sit in and listen to what the younger people listen to, or what I call my babies.
Okay.
5, 6, and 7. So, you know, if you're 9, 10, or 11, or even 12 or 13, there's a teaching that's geared just for you.
Okay.
That's applicable to some of the things that you're going, that they're going through. And I also, like I talked about earlier, the information overload with the internet and
Right,
all
right.
the information that the young kids have access to.
Yeah.
I call it information overload. We didn't have access to all of that when we were
Mm-hmm.
growing up. We were kind of shielded from some of the things of the world, but now it's out there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you kind of have to teach geared according to what they're facing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That internet is something else.
It is.
Yeah, it's
It is fast.
you know, that tweeting and Facebooking and
We,
all that stuff, man. I tell you, it's you're right. Overload is about the best term to describe it. But you know, we can use those things and
Yes.
harness those things for the glory of God and do
Absolutely.
some good
absolutely.
in the church and the youth. You know, because you know it's not all bad, but
Right.
if we can channel it to good things
Absolutely.
and help benefit our churches and our youth.
And I think that's what it was designed for. That it was really designed for a great purpose. When you look at your Facebook and your Snapchat and your tweeting and that, it was really designed for a good purpose. But then the enemy always wants to come in and kind of pervert the blessing of God.
yeah.
So
Wants to tear things
we
up.
have to be careful for what our youth are exposed to. Yeah, but God is blessing. I can take no credit. It's just the workers that God has given me.
Well, that's good. That's
the
good.
grace that He's bestowed on the church.
That's good because, you know, like I said before, you know, the youth is probably the greatest challenge of all of our ministries, our churches, you know,
I agree.
is reaching our youth. That's probably our single greatest challenge aside from winning the lost
Absolutely.
to Christ.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's something that weighs heavy on all of us. So I'm glad to hear you know, you got it going pretty good and you're doing well with it.
Yes. Well, it's still in this infancy stage,
Yeah.
but we're expecting great things.
Yeah, it's coming along.
For all of the areas. Our women's ministry is really a powerful ministry also. That's headed up by Sister Robinson, Jacqueline Robinson. And she's a really, really dedicated teacher. And she does a phenomenal job with the women. And so we're growing.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, you know, we're celebrating 26 years
Yes, sir.
and looking to the future. What do you see the future in the context of the vision that God has given you? You know, what do you see the vision for our fathers as it relates to the future in the community and ministry in general going forward? What's the next 26 years look like?
Hopefully phenomenal. Hopefully phenomenal. But we're planning on this year, and we've got some long-term goals also. As I spoke of that mentorship program, bringing some mentorship programs into the church where we can start to deal with our young adults, focusing specifically on those students that's graduating that will not be pursuing a higher education.
Okay.
Everybody, you know, cannot afford to go to college. So to teach them the basic life skills that they're going to need when they get out into the working world and in the society that we live in now. Spiritually, the goal is to reach out into the community. I would love to do more community-based work, reaching out into the community and doing things with the community and for the community. Of course, that takes physical growth and financial growth. also to be able to do some of those things. So that's what we're looking for in the immediate future. In 2019, we're looking for more physical growth and more financial growth, so that we can be a help to the community. You know, maybe developing some food pantries and some clothes pantries.
Okay.
That will be out. I would love maybe this year to probably do some feeding in the community. You know, maybe 2 or 3 times a week to feed in the community, because I figure that the family, if you can heal the person, you can heal the family. If you can heal the family, you can heal the community.
Right.
And if you can heal the community, it can begin to spread. So it starts with the individual growth, and then growth within the family, and then from the family within the community. And of course, like you said, God-centered, God-projected. So those are some of the things we're looking to do in 2019 to impact our surrounding area.
Right. Well, that's good. That's good. You know, Bible says, "Go ye therefore to all the nations." You know, teaching.
Yes.
So what we want to do is impact our communities. Like you said.
Absolutely.
We want to impact our community. There's more to it than just having a service and having a good time.
It is.
You know, when we leave that, we have to make an impact.
We do.
Change some lives, improve lives, and be a blessing to somebody.
Absolutely. And we were studying in Sunday school this Sunday about Jesus coming into the shore of Zebulun and Naphtali. And the Bible was specifically saying those who sit in darkness has seen this great light. And I was projecting to my members that we walk in an aura. Jesus says that he's the light of the world, and we're also the light of the world.
Right.
And sometime our light has to shine in some dark areas so that people can see their direction. So we make impacts in the community, and it was after he came down from the mountain of temptation, and the Bible said fame went out before him, and he began to teach in their synagogues, and then he ended up on the seashore of Zebulun and Naphtali, which had been prophesied by Elijah.
Right.
So he put himself in a position to be blessed, even though he had this aura, this anointing about him. He was still in the correct position to be blessed. And I think sometimes we're out of position as Christians for our blessings.
Right. Got to get lined up.
Got to get lined up with the word of God. Yes, sir. Very sharp.
That's good. That's good. Now, has our fathers always been located in where they are now?
Yes,
Did they
sir.
start in that location?
Yes.
26 years ago?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
26 years ago, and it's going to be an exciting event. And I would like to invite all of your listeners, all of your viewers to come out. Everybody's welcome to come out on those nights. We're looking for healing and deliverance and salvation to take place. Healing, when we look at healing, not just physical healing, but mental healing, spiritual healing, along with physical healing. Some need financial healing. So healing flows, in a variety of different areas. So we're looking for healing to take place, spiritually, physically, and financially. And we're looking for deliverance to take place, to free them up. Jesus talks about who the Son sets free is free indeed. To be free to accomplish and do the things that you need to do. And of course, salvation is the most important part. To lead people to Christ Jesus.
Absolutely.
So that they can get to know the love of Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever will believe in him should not perish, but have an everlasting life. So that's going to be paramount throughout all 3 days of those celebrations. Even though we want to celebrate the goodness of God, we want to also make an impact in people's life. It wouldn't give me no greater joy than to see people get saved and give their life to Christ, be delivered and set free.
Right. Awesome. That's good. So again, we want to let everyone know that Pastor is inviting the entire community to come out. It's on February 25th. January 25th, 26th, and 27th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Friday on the 25th, it starts at what time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. with with Pastor Williams from Beulah Baptist Church. Will be
Yes.
there, and then on Saturday, the 26th, they start at
6 p.m.
6 p.m. with Pastor Andre Williams
At New Jerusalem.
from New Jerusalem.
Yes, sir.
And then Sunday
At 4 p.m.
at 4 p.m.
Yes.
Pastor Pastor Clarence Guy.
Clarence Guy, man.
Yeah,
the
the
founder,
founder and father.
Yes, sir. The Godfather.
The Godfather,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Praise God. Pastor Clarence Guy
Yes, sir.
will be your guest at 4 p.m. And the address to Our Father's on Layton
It's
is
473 East Laketon Avenue in the great city of Muskegon.
Amen. And what's the phone number to the church?
Phone number is 231-726-6614, and they can call there for more information.
Amen. Amen. Get there and call there for more information. And so we want to be a blessing and come out and celebrate with Pastor Williams on their 26th anniversary. They're pulling out all the stops.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy, it's
Yes,
going to be
sir.
a good time.
It's going to be a good time.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
So
And
we
Pastor,
look
you'll
forward-
be in the house.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If the
Yes,
Lord
sir.
say the same, we're going to be over there and we're going to
Yes, sir.
share with you as well. And we're looking forward to a wonderful time in the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Amen. Well, our time is just about up.
Wow.
We it just goes by so fast.
Yes.
Yes, but we thank you for taking the time, Pastor, to come and be with us today.
And thank you for having me.
Yes,
sir.
yes.
It's really a blessing.
Yeah, God
Always
bless
a
you.
blessing to be in your
Yeah,
presence.
likewise.
Always a blessing
We,
to be
we,
in your
we,
presence.
we know you're busy,
Yes.
but you're taking the time to come and
Yes.
share with us.
Yes,
And
sir.
so we pray God's blessings on your ministry
Thank you.
there. And we know that the Lord is going to continue to bless that ministry.
Yes,
And
sir.
you're doing a fine job.
Well, God bless
Yeah,
you, sir.
you're taking that ship to places in just 5 years. You've
5
really
years.
done
Yes, sir.
a great work. And he's a great preacher too, by the way. Yeah, buddy. If you want to get
Takes
a good
great
word,
preacher to know a great preacher.
you want to get a great word, be over at Our Father's on Sunday morning
Yes,
at
yes.
11 a.m. And the Lord will bless you with a great word and a great spiritual
Yes.
worship experience.
Yes, sir.
Amen. So thank you again,
God
Pastor.
bless you. Thank
God
you for
bless
having
you.
me,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right.
Appreciate it. And as we prepare to leave, we want our listeners to know and be reminded always, always, and never, ever forget that when you get with Jesus, you're going up.
Yes, sir.
God bless you, and we'll see you next time.